Hey everybody, and Jason Burmis here for wearechange.org. And folks, we have convictions today. We have guilty pleas today. And it all stems out of a Russiagate hoax by what I'm calling a proven demon. And I want to start with this story right here. And it's the internet buzzing after Julian Assange's mother implicates Seth Rich in the DNC leak. Now, everybody who's followed this channel knows that the evidence is overwhelming. It's overwhelming that Seth Rich indeed is the individual who did this, okay? Overwhelming. But here is a not so cryptic tweet. It's the duty of the media to inform citizens about corruption. A DNC Bernie supporter disgruntled with rigging leaked docs proving corruption. Who's that sound like? Doesn't sound like the Russians on the inside of the Democratic National Committee, does it? Does it sound like Poot Poot and his boys? No, it sounds like Seth Rich. And again, if you've been following We Are Change, you know that Seymour Hersh, literally the premier journalist of our times, the guy, all right, that guy, in a leaked conversation, talks about Seth Rich setting up a Dropbox, sharing documents for a price. Says he wasn't a dumb kid. Talks about this whole Russiagate thing being a John Brennan deep state operation. But don't take my word for it. Go check out those videos, those audio files yourself, and you're going to find out, wow, this is actually legitimate. And when Hersh was asked to comment on it, he said, you know what, I'm not going to comment on it because I live in the real world. So moving on to what happened today, stemming out of this whole Russiagate nonsense, Paul Manafort is found guilty on 8 of the counts out of 18. Didn't even get him on half. And once again, none of it to do with Russia. Not a thing. In fact, it kind of boggles the mind since it was kind of with the Podesta group and Tony Podesta. But Tony Podesta doesn't get indicted, doesn't get squeezed. You know, they're hoping that somehow he's going to turn against Trump. He's not. And really, to me, the real question is, how long will it take Trump to pardon Manafort once he actually gets sentenced and put in prison? Because you know they're going to try to throw the book at him. Or are they? Because now they seem to have another guy. On the same day, former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen, who recorded Trump. That's a great look for a lawyer, huh? And again, we're not defending Trump here. I don't think Trump is some kind of saint. But there isn't any Russian collusion, cooperation. It's all bullshiz. Does not compute. There is no evidence. And everything he's pleading guilty to, every single thing, has nothing to do with Russia. However, this looks like it may be the back door into a Trump impeachment because he influenced the elections by paying off former indiscretions, aka relationships with women, who then wanted to extort Trump by saying, we won't talk if you give us money. That's influencing the election. Having your lawyer pay off ex-mistresses. That's what we're worried about in this country. Nothing to do with Russia. Not a thing. And the guy they put in charge of this thing, this is what kills me. The left should hate this monster. Okay? He is a disgusting person. He is a proven demon. Here we have a very great global research piece. And if you haven't been to their website, I mean, they do phenomenal work where they go over his handling of the BCCI scandal. Oh, you don't know about that? Oh, you don't know about that? Oh, yeah, that had a little something to do with the Neil Bush. That family. A lot of people got off pretty easy there, eh, Mueller? Guy who covered up 9/11, lied about the Iraq war, said that the intelligence was real, that they had weapons of mass destruction. 80,000 documents still classified to this day. Stopped whistleblowers like Robert Wright. Many of those things detailed right here. Just check it out, please. But you know what? That's not fresh, Jason. That doesn't prove he's a demon. No? How about this one? Robert Mueller, as U.S. attorney, let the largest processor of child porn in California in history offer a $200 fine and no jail time. Let that sink in. The man covers for pedophiles. Okay? He's not a proven demon. This guy right here. Now look at that face. That guy right there. That's not a proven demon. Covered up 9/11. Promoted the Iraq War. Covers for pedophiles. Does the establishment's bidding during the BCCI scandal. And then, lo and behold, I have to go through my Facebook feed. And, I hate to call somebody mentally challenged, but I've known this individual since college, okay, for about 20 years, and he is just such an establishment, whatever the media tells me to say, non-thinking human being, and he happens to be on the left, that he posted this nonsense, okay? Okay, and now we have our modern day Oliver North, hashtag Manafort. And the ignorance of that statement cannot be overstated. It is utterly crazy to me that somebody would compare Oliver North and the Iran-Contra scandal to what is happening today. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's look at Oliver North. There he is. He's the president of the NRA, longtime TV personality on Fox. I mean, what did he really do? Oh, that's right. That's right. He brought in cocaine into this country, smuggled it, and on the cover of Time magazine, after he got up there and pled away, I was authorized to do everything that I did. That was the cover story. Who went to jail? Ollie didn't. Bush Sr. didn't. Reagan didn't. No one was arrested. No one was impeached. The world just went on. Real crimes happened. Oliver North is a criminal. The likes of Robert Mueller, and they're never going to do jail time. They're going to get pundit positions or insider positions. They're going to make money. Give me a break, man. This is utterly insane. The fact that he would put that. Meanwhile, I'm not saying Manafort's a good guy. He's certainly not a great guy. Okay, I'm not a huge Paul Manafort fan. But Paul Manafort is not being treated like Oliver North was. Think about it. It's not even close. It's not even ballpark. Paul Manafort got caught for tax fraud and evasion and then subsequent crimes. The same thing with Cohen. They're not great people. All right? But you put a lens on any of these multimillionaires that are working in politics and with all these shady individuals, you don't think you're going to be able to prosecute them? You don't think that you're going to be able to take them down? Of course they did. Nothing to do with Russia. Russia stuff is imagination land. I had to talk to somebody, on my page today. I had to bring them to the initial FBI, DOJ report on collusion it has Abby Martin in it and Russia Today. And it speculates on Guccifer 2.0. I've read the indictments of these 12 individuals. Very possible that those people did what they said they did. However, the Guccifer stuff is over the top, inaccurate, and implausible. All right? And what they don't tell you, but you can read if you want to read the indictments yourself, they also hacked the RNC. They were also, those hacks had nothing to do with the big leaks that we saw from Seth Rich. Say it with me now, Seth Rich. All the evidence points to Seth Rich. Kim.com has said that he helped facilitate Seth Rich leaking these documents to Assange and WikiLeaks. All right? Oh, I think I'm going to wrap it up there, folks. It's just so unbelievable that this day and age, we literally compare a person who did tax fraud, who's going to prison, to a guy that dealt drugs, essentially, brought them in, smuggled them in for this country, did no jail time, and is now the head of the NRA. That's what we're dealing with. Folks, thank you so much for joining me. This was a We Are Change Report. And remember, be the change you want to see in the world.